Actors that Hollywood banned for life. Hollywood's a place of make-believe. It's where we go to escape the trials and tribulations of our everyday lives. We watch as the rich and famous live out our wildest dreams on the big screen. But what happens when those same people misbehave in real life? Just like the rest of us, they get punished. Except in Hollywood, that punishment sometimes comes in the form of a lifetime ban. Here are actors that were banned from Hollywood for their outrageous behavior. Brendan Fraser. Brendan Fraser was once one of Hollywood's most in-demand actors, appearing in blockbusters like The Mummy and George of the Jungle. However, in recent years, Fraser has largely disappeared from the big screen. One possible explanation for this is that Fraser is blacklisted in Hollywood. Industry insiders have allegedly labeled Fraser as difficult to work with, which has made it difficult for him to find work. Additionally, Fraser has been open about his struggles with depression and substance abuse, which may be contributing factors. Whatever the reasons, it's clear that Brendan Fraser's days as a leading man are over. And while that's certainly tragic, it's important to remember that every actor goes through ups and downs throughout their career. Hopefully, Fraser will be able to make a comeback in the near future. Rose McGowan. Hollywood is a fickle place. One day you're on top of the world and the next you're struggling to find work. Such is the case for Rose McGowan, who was once one of the most in-demand actresses in Hollywood. However, following a series of high-profile feuds, McGowan has become blacklisted by many in the industry. As a result, she's struggled to find work in recent years. This is a shame, as McGowan is a talented actress who has appeared in some great films. However, it seems that her bad reputation has caught up with her, and Hollywood is no longer willing to give her a chance. Hopefully, she'll be able to turn things around and get her career back on track. Randy Quaid. Randy Quaid's career in Hollywood was once promising. He starred in blockbuster hits like National Lampoon's Vacation and Independence Day. However, in recent years, his career has taken a turn for the worse. He's been accused of vandalizing property, skipping out on hotel bills, and making bizarre public statements. As a result, he's become increasingly isolated from the Hollywood community. His estranged brother, Dennis Quaid, has refused to work with him, and few other actors are willing to take a chance on him. As a result, Randy Quaid has become something of a Hollywood pariah. Even though he continues to act, his roles are often small and unimportant. It's clear that his days as a leading man are long behind him. Corey Feldman. It's been a long time since Corey Feldman's had a starring role in a Hollywood film. In fact, it's been so long that many people have forgotten he exists. And that's exactly how Corey wants it. You see, Corey's tired of pretending to be something he's not. He's tired of being the happy-go-lucky kid everybody loves. He's tired of being the funny sidekick. He's tired of being typecast as the token-friendly ghost. Corey's done with all that. But the problem is no one in Hollywood seems to be interested in giving him a chance to show his range. They're all too busy casting him as the campus Lothario or the ditzy best friend. It seems like no one takes him seriously as an actor anymore. And so instead of fighting for roles he knows he'll never get, Corey's decided to retreat from the spotlight altogether. These days, he spends his time painting and writing poetry. He doesn't miss the glitz and glamour of Hollywood one bit, and frankly, he doesn't care if he ever works in this town again. Dalton Trumbo. In 1947, Dalton Trumbo was one of the most successful screenwriters in Hollywood. He'd won an Academy Award for his work on the classic film Roman Holiday. However, Trumbo's career came to a screeching halt when he was blacklisted by the Hollywood establishment. Because of his political beliefs, Trumbo was seen as a threat to the studio system. As a result, he was unable to find work in Hollywood and was forced to work under a pseudonym. While he continued to write great films, the blacklist meant that he was never given the credit he deserved. It wasn't until decades later that Trumbo's true identity was revealed, and he was finally recognized as one of Hollywood's greatest talents. Monique. Monique is a successful stand-up comedian, actress, and film producer. However, she's been blacklisted by Hollywood and is having difficulty finding work. It all started when she refused to promote the film Precious until she was given more money. The studio refused her demands, and she began to speak out against them publicly. This led to a falling out between Monique and the studio, and she was subsequently blacklisted. As a result, she's been unable to find consistent work in Hollywood. Monique is an incredibly talented individual, but her principled stand has cost her dearly. Hollywood's a ruthless business, and it seems that no one is willing to forget or forgive her past transgressions. Sandra Locke. Sandra Locke was once one of the most promising young actresses of her generation. She caught the attention of Hollywood with her breakout performance in The Heart is a Lonely Hunter, and went on to star in films like Shoot the Moon and The Gauntlet. However, her career came to a sudden halt when she was blacklisted by the Hollywood studio system. After she refused to work with director Clint Eastwood on the outlaw Josie Wales, she found herself out of work and unable to get even the smallest roles. Desperate to revive her career, she resorted to making low-budget exploitation films. However, these projects only served to further damage her reputation, and she soon became a Hollywood pariah. Today, Sandra Locke is all but forgotten, her once promising career cut short by the cruelty of the Hollywood system. Charlie Sheen. Charlie Sheen was once one of the most sought-out actors in Hollywood. His string of hit films and popular TV shows made him a household name and helped him command huge fees for his work. However, all that came to an end when Sheen ran into trouble off-screen. A series of high-profile meltdowns and public troubles led to Sheen becoming increasingly unpredictable and unreliable, and eventually he was fired from his hit TV show. Since then, Sheen has struggled to find work in Hollywood. Although he's managed to secure a few roles, his reputation has preceded him, and he's now considered to be a liability by many in the industry. As a result, Charlie Sheen is now effectively blacklisted in Hollywood, with few people willing to work with him. It's a steep fall from grace for an actor who was once at the top of his game. Kirk Cameron. It was a sad day in Hollywood when Kirk Cameron was blacklisted. For years, he was a beloved actor, known for his charming smile and endearing personality. But then something happened. Kirk became embroiled in a series of scandals, and his name became synonymous with controversy. As a result, few people in Hollywood are willing to work with him anymore. It's a shame, really, because for all his faults, Kirk Cameron's still a talented actor. And it's a tragedy that his career has been so drastically derailed. Hopefully, one day he'll be able to redeem himself and recapture the magic that once made him one of Hollywood's most beloved stars. Until then, he'll just have to keep waiting by the phone, hoping for that call from Hollywood that may never come. Roseanne Barr. Roseanne Barr was one of the most successful television actors of her generation. She starred in her own sitcom, Roseanne, for 9 seasons, winning an Emmy and a Golden Globe along the way. But in 2018, Barr made a racist remark on Twitter that led to her show being canceled. Since then, she's been effectively blacklisted from Hollywood. No one in the industry wants to work with her anymore. Her career lies in ruins. It's a sad fall from grace for someone who was once at the top of her field, but it's a reminder that words can have real consequences. Tippi Hedren. Tippi Hedren was one of the most promising young actresses of her generation. She starred in some of Hollywood's biggest films, including The Birds and Marnie. However, her career came to a sudden halt when she refused to work with director Alfred Hitchcock any longer. Hitchcock had become obsessed with Hedren, and she felt unsafe around him. When she rejected his advances, he blacklisted her from Hollywood. As a result, she was unable to find work in the film industry. Even though she continued to act on television and stage, her film career was over. This is a tragedy not only for Hedren, but for all of us who were deprived of seeing her on the big screen. Isaiah Washington. In the late 1990s, actor Isaiah Washington was one of Hollywood's hottest rising stars. But in 2007, his career came to a screeching halt when he was accused of using a racial slur on the set of the hit TV show Grey's Anatomy. Though Washington denied the allegation, the damage was done, and he was swiftly blacklisted from Hollywood. Since then, he's struggled to find work, and his once promising career has been reduced to a handful of low-budget films and TV shows. It's a sad story of what can happen when someone falls out of favor in Hollywood. Though Washington may never regain the level of success he once had, he's still working hard to make a name for himself. Mel Gibson. It's been a long fall from grace for Mel Gibson, one of the most successful actors and directors in Hollywood. Gibson has now been blacklisted by the industry following a series of anti-Semitic and racist outbursts. As a result, Gibson has found it increasingly difficult to find work in recent years. Even though he's attempted to rehabilitate his image with a series of public apologies, few in Hollywood are willing to give him a second chance. As a result, Gibson's once promising career now lies in ruins. It's a tragic fall for someone who was once at the top of his profession. Alicia Cuthbert. Alicia Cuthbert is one of Hollywood's most promising young stars. She burst onto the scene with her starring role in the hit TV show 24 and went on to appear in a number of successful films. However, her career has recently been derailed by a series of personal problems. Cuthbert has been accused of being difficult to work with, and she's been blacklisted by a number of powerful Hollywood executives. As a result, she's finding it increasingly difficult to secure work. Her career appears to be in freefall, and it's uncertain if she'll be able to turn things around. Although they may not be able to work in Hollywood anymore, these actors continue to find success elsewhere. So if you're tempted to misbehave on set, remember that there are consequences, and one of them might just be a lifetime ban from Hollywood.